Yo, this video is getting lots of good comments. This is a great discussion. I love it. So I'm going to throw you through a loop. We actually don't reject them. We accept them. We accept that that person is projecting their perception of us onto us. Because sometimes when we reject it, we end up defending it. Which, if that person is already kind of shut down and in a defensive place, it just kind of confirms their perception that they've already made. Well, the reason I didn't say anything is because you tend to get angry, and I was afraid you were going to get angry if I told you. Well, I mean, why would you, feel that way? Why would I be angry about this? It was an accident. See, right there, you're already angry. And see how you're not actually talking about the thing that came up? You're defending the perception that is being projected onto you. I don't know who all has done DBT work, but if you haven't, you can get something called the DBT workbook. I'll show you mine. It looks like this. Practical DBT exercises for learning mindfulness, interpersonal effectiveness, emotional regulation, and distress tolerance. And one of the main tools is radical acceptance, where you accept what is happening to you. Acceptance doesn't mean you approve. It doesn't mean you agree that their perception of you is correct. Oh, this person has a perception of me that they are projecting onto me. It is not my job to fix that for them or convince them otherwise. My job in that scenario is to live according to my own personal values and inner alignments. I want my inner integrity to manifest outside of me. And of course, I know this is easier said than done. This is why these things are practices that we build up over time, especially in deep personal relationships like you said, because most of us want the people closest to us to have a positive perception of us. But the reality is, even if someone does have a negative perception of you, it's none of your business. Oddly enough, doing anti-racism work has also helped me here. Learning about the tenets of white supremacy, things like the right to comfort, black and white thinking. So learning to let go of categories as good or bad. Learning to be comfortable when I'm uncomfortable. I don't like that this person has a negative perception of me, but it just is what it is. I know what is true about me, and I'm not going to let them put that perception inside of me, because that would take me out of my own inner alignment. Just so everybody's aware, white supremacy tactics can show up anywhere. It isn't just in areas regarding race. It's part of the culture. And I personally think it affects us psychologically and sociologically. So being aware of those things and watching out for them in myself has helped quite a bit. So with the last bit of time we have, let's role play it. Someone shows up, they have a perception of you that they are projecting onto you. That person's perception of me does not align with what I know about myself. I can allow that perception to exist because it's not my business to fix their perception of me. That would mean I'm crossing their boundaries and trying to fix things for them. That's their job to accept the reality that is in front of them, not my job. So even though I can accept the existence of that perception, I don't have to let it in my interior. I don't have to let that false perception of me compromise my integrity. Like with all these things, it gets easier with practice. Grace and peace.